What?
This is going to go live right now. Here we go.
Welcome to the Bucket List Life Podcast with Trav Bell, the world's #1 bucket list expert. Bucket List Life's mission is to help you get off the treadmill, stop Groundhog Days, hack your habits, and live a regret-free life. Because we know life's way too short not to live your bucket list life. So please welcome your host, Trav Bell, the Bucket List Guy.
Hey, welcome to another episode of the Bucket List Life Podcast with me, your host, Trav Bell, and I'm here with Sue Przekop. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Excellent. And look, Sue, whereabouts are you in the world right now?
I am located actually in Shelby Township, Michigan, which is about an hour northeast of Detroit.
Excellent.
A little cold here right now, and lots of snow.
Yeah, I was going to. Is it like full on snowing at the moment, or what?
Not today. Yesterday we got hammered a little bit, about 6 inches. So.
Hey, now you've joined us as one of our certified bucket list coaches. Been doing it for a while, and what have you done up until this point before joining our tribe?
Well, I was actually in the creative field for almost 30 years.
Yeah,
I was an art director and graphic designer for just under, like I say, 30 years. And I recently left that field about a year and a half, 2 years ago, to start life coaching women 40 plus, let's say.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And help them transition into the next phase of their life and overcome any challenges that they may be facing.
Yeah, I was going to ask, what every coach starts coaching for a certain reason. What was it specifically for you? Like, why become a coach, let alone a bucket list coach?
Yeah. Well, I decided to become a coach in general. Probably about 9 years ago, I went through a divorce after being married 19 and a half years, 27 years together. And also went through a bankruptcy simultaneously, which was a lot. And I had a coach. I hired a coach at that time to help me figure out like how to restart my life. Yeah. And then I also found out a couple years later that during that time, and this has a lot to do with why I became a bucket list coach. But a couple years later, I went in for a routine doctor visit. And what I thought was a routine doctor's visit, they immediately admitted me into the hospital via ambulance. And long story short, went through a bunch of tests for several days. And what was happening was my blood pressure was spiking. It normally was always low. And that day it spiked all the way to 225 over 125.
Oh.
Yeah. I wasn't comprehending what was going on, but they were afraid I was going to stroke out. And a couple days later, after all the testing, they came in and told me that I basically, the neurologist came in and told me that I had 3 mini strokes.
Wow, really?
Yeah, but it wasn't anything recent, which I thought was really interesting to me. And he said, those were from several years prior when I was going through my divorce and bankruptcy and all that. Yeah. And so then I was asking about my blood pressure and that. He said, it's all related. He said, you're not dealing with your stress. You're not dealing well with your stress.
Yeah,
and
right.
really prolonged stress. So that had a lot to do with me really getting into coaching and trying to help.
now, so and by the way, for anyone thinking about becoming a coach, the prerequisite, like the resume, the CV, you don't have to have marriage breakdown. You don't have to have bankruptcy. You don't have to have a major
No,
health scare in order to qualify to become a certified bucket list coach.
no.
That's not what we're looking for, but that's I don't want to.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's the best advertisement, but anyway, look.
no.
But the thing is, like, and I've got my own story, and I think
Yeah.
everyone within our tribe of coaches, right, and I think the wider coaching community, most people become a coach because of, unfortunately, it is a breakdown before breakthrough kind of moment in their life, right?
For sure.
And yeah, and we have, I guess I don't want to cast generalizations, but we have an epiphany at the tail end of that. And if you're a nice person, which you certainly are, you got such a big heart for helping people. You just want to pay that forward.
Yeah.
And and I know you really love doing that, and it's all about other people when you're coaching people. And yeah, but not a prerequisite, guys. So if you're watching out there,
Yeah.
I actually, that reminds me of when I was doing a lot of, having gone through depression myself, albeit mild compared to
Yeah.
what I've heard since. I was sitting in rooms in like seminar rooms, personal development, learning, positive psychology, NLP, Akagi principle, what
Mhm.
else? Also, law of attraction, all that stuff, life coaching. And I was looking around me going, well, I've had a pretty good upbringing. I haven't really been through a lot of shit compared to a lot of other people. Am I really qualified to kind of teach this stuff? So I'm
Mhm.
like, what am I going to do? Cut off a leg, or what? What have I got to do? Because the people around me, but there's only, and the answer is obviously no. But it's the people that recognize those breakthroughs and then want to do something about it, and really, now you're coaching. Really, you've crafted a coaching business around wanting to help your former self, right?
Right.
That's kind of how it works, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely, especially for the bucket list stuff, I feel like I want my wake up call, because
Yeah.
that's what it was for me. I was fortunate I didn't have any side effects.
Yeah.
I share my story. It's not easy for me to share it all the time, but I share it because I don't want anyone else to go through it.
Ah, bless. Yeah. Spot on. Spot on. Annette's giving us a little wave there. Look at that over on Facebook. Hey, Annette. And just I'll get rid of that. There we go. And why do you love being a certified bucket list coach?
I love being a certified bucket list coach for several reasons. One, yes, to wake people up. I feel like our society is so set on being busy, busy, busy all the time. And we really need to slow down and, tap into what we really want instead of being so busy all the time. And
Okay.
as a bucket list coach, we make time for that, for them to do that. I really enjoy, because I'm kind of like a kid at times. I really enjoy seeing the curiosity and excitement come back once they start working on our programs and our workshops.
Yeah.
I really enjoy that. It kind of gives them a new, fresh perspective on their life.
Yeah, for sure. And what's an example of someone, whether one of your volunteer programs or one of your paid programs? What's an example of someone that you've helped, through the programs, through helping them with the content that we teach?
Yeah, I think one of the most recent testimonials or compliments that I got at the end of the program was they were just she was so happy to basically, how do I want to put it, let go of some things, especially what other people thought.
Interesting. Yeah, right.
Yeah, so she was able to let go of what other people thought and really
Yeah.
think about what she wanted and go after those things. And
Yeah.
thought that was it's been really fun to watch, and I think it was very freeing for her to do.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? You know, in the last 10 years of doing this myself, and then, you know, the last 3 years at the time of us doing this interview, we often hear, and I've been hearing it for a lot of years, and now I know that you guys are hearing the same thing. People actually say, like, probably the most common quote is, thank you for giving me permission to dream again.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, dude, what happened? You know,
Yeah.
thank you for allowing me the space to take time out of my life to work on my life. We often hear that too.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy, isn't it? Yeah, so it's fair to say that you're kind of like, you know, we're kind of like a compass for people, aren't we?
Yeah. Yeah. I think of it a little the same way, but then I'm also, having grown up on the Great Lakes and sailing them with my family, I kind of think this might sound a little weird.
Yeah.
When I think of a compass, I think of water.
Yeah.
And I think, as a coach, what we are reflecting things back to them, reflecting things that light them up, maybe choices that they have made so that they can make different choices and stuff like that. So that's kind of a little bit of my take with the compass and the water.
I guess there's an assumption too that the answers that people seek are definitely within them, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And our job is just to uncover it, ask questions, and uncover.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, cool. What's something unique, you know, different or unique about what you do for people? You know, maybe unique about the process or the way that you do the programs.
I think for me, having been in the creative field almost 30 years, I was doing vision boards years ago, and I love helping people create a vision for themselves. You know, be it in bucket list or my regular coaching. That's one of the things I absolutely love to do, is help them develop that vision for themselves.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Fantastic. And that's when the lights really go on for people.
Yeah.
So so if someone's watching this right now, and how can you help them identify whether they need that or not?
How can I help them identify it? I think everybody needs it. That's me. Yeah, I mean, I think so many of us, like I said earlier, we're just so busy. We don't take time out to think of, especially in what's inside here in our heart, and not just think about it, but start to live it intentionally and plan it out.
Yeah, love it. Yeah. And so would you say that would be one of the benefits of the bucket list programs, you know, like and if it is, you know, what are the other benefits of these programs that you've seen, you know, in people, or for people, should I say?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's definitely one of the benefits of the programs. I think it helps develop a vision for their future, for sure. I think that it also helps them. Well, we help them develop like an action plan and stay accountable to it.
Yeah.
Also, I think they because they are pursuing something, they become more productive and they're happier,
Mm.
and they find more fulfillment in life in general.
Yeah, I love it. Love it.
So I think the benefit, I think, for companies, and I'll just share real quick my thought on that, because I've gone through burnout before a couple of times, and
Yeah. Yeah.
and I think it helps when people have more of a all-encompassing life plan.
Mm.
I think it definitely helps with that.
Definitely. Yep. That's what it's all about. Hey, personal question. Top three reverse, that's our done. Top three reverse bucket list items. Your personal ones. I want to hear those.
Top three.
I know there's lots more. And you've done some weird and wonderful stuff.
You could say, I think my top three. Okay, one of them would be probably under achievements, and that was being nationally ranked as a swimmer, within the top 20 in the U.S. at the age of 10.
Really?
It happened.
I didn't know that. Really?
Yeah.
There you go. And what stroke?
I was state champion in the 100 backstroke.
Wow, there you go.
Yeah, I was a
awesome
backstroker player.
Well, there you go. And we're yet to meet in person, so you must be, if you're a backstroker, you must be relatively tall then.
No, I wish.
No.
I wish. That's probably why it was at 10 and not, when I was a teenager. I was shorter than a lot of them.
Rightio. I was a butterflyer.
Yeah. Yeah, I did that too.
Yeah. Oh, what are the other two? Reverse bucket list items?
Well, it's funny. It's related to swimming too, but I think this one, I even though I swim, I'm not one to go out into the ocean willingly at night. I might go walk around, but I don't like to go swimming. And I did a night dive in Bimini in the Bahamas.
Oh wow!
Scuba diving. So yeah, that was
because you're a big scuba diver, yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
I
actually, yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
And what you can see underwater there, or is that just an organised night dive in the Bahamas? Is it?
Well, we dove the same exact dive during the day, so we knew how to navigate the reef.
Okay. Yeah.
And then we started at dusk, so it wasn't a full-on night. Although by the time we were done, it was.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was really cool. I mean, we saw sea turtles, all the things you don't see during the day. The lobster were out, and all the bioluminescence. I was
going to say, it would be probably a special place for all that. Yeah, that scares the hell out of me, to be honest. Okay, last one. What else have we got?
When you think about it,
we've gone live on a few social media channels here, and also over, including YouTube and Twitter and a bunch on Facebook. And if you're watching this now, we're talking about reverse bucket list items. And what I'd like you to do is just in the chat in the space provided there, guys, if you are watching this, I'd love to know what your top three reverse, that is your done items, what your top three reverse bucket list items are. So this is live and I'll put them up on the screen. And this is an opportunity for everyone to brag away. Go for it. Okay, last one, Sue. What do we got?
I think my other one, and especially today, it's been 7 years since my father passed away at 84. He had a very full life. So, but I I did a little adventure with him. I took him on his 70th birthday
Awesome.
out west, out to Wyoming, and we went mule deer hunting.
You did what?
Mule deer hunting. I know it's hunting for mule deer.
Hey, no judgment.
Yeah, but I mean, it was something he had wanted to do for a long time, and he just wasn't getting out there. So I was so glad that we stopped at a ghost town on the way, and
Nice.
an old West ghost town, and we stopped at the Badlands. All different stops along the way. It was just a wonderful time and a great time to bond with him.
Yeah, amazing. You can't take that time back. That's so cool. And again, guys, if you are watching this, please put in your reverse bucket list items into the chat provided. Love to hear from you. All right, Sue, what do you got? Top 3 future bucket list items.
Well,
go for it.
I'm adjusting it now. I was supposed to be in Fiji next month, but that
true. I'm supposed to be over your way at the moment, but no, that's not happening. I'm meant to be in Brazil later on this year, and I don't know if any of that's happening. But anyway, we'll see. So you're meant to be in Fiji, but it's still high up on the list, though. Yeah.
Right. It's definitely high up on the list. I think my top 3. This one I've always wanted to do, and I just need to investigate this further so that I can do it. I've always wanted to go for a ride in an F-16 fighter jet.
In a fighter jet?
Yeah.
Wow.
I just think that would.
There you go.
So
you are a random human being. I love it. I didn't think you were the fighter jet kind of person, but hey, this is a judgment-free zone. So, all right. So we've got Fiji, fighter jet, something else starting with F. What do we got?
I think the other thing would be, this is more of a long-term one, more of a legacy thing. I'm very passionate about. I've got 3 rescue dogs right now, and I love them to death. But what I think I would love to do someday is have 50 plus acres on a home sustainable, fully sustainable, with solar energy and everything like that. And also on there have some type of retreat for, I say retreat, but more of an animal sanctuary and dog sanctuary.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. We've got from some Facebook user, it must be on one of the groups, he or she has said, compete internationally in my favorite game. What is your favorite game? So give us who you are and what is your favorite game. So come back into the chat there. Giving hugs to strangers blindfolded. Yep, love it. That free hugs. And taking a masterclass of one of my favorite artists. Awesome. Thanks so much. And put your name in there if if it's not popping up. So Sue, back to you being a bucket list coach, and they're all absolutely amazing. But what do you think the 3 biggest problems are? I love doing things in threes for some reason. What do you think the 3 biggest problems the programs solve are for people and for companies?
For companies in general. Yeah, I think turnover is a big one.
Yeah.
Because
the turnover of people.
Yes, because
Why
if people are happier and more fulfilled overall, I think they would definitely be more apt to stay in a job. I think also, being able to when they take time out and they create the self-awareness for themselves. I think that in general, especially right now, and you and I both know it because I've also suffered from depression. Uh, and I think, yeah, being able to allow the space for that, for you
Yeah.
to, listen to hear and hear
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
go after that. And um
Now
number
you've been, just sorry to interrupt, but you've been involved in big business before, and do you think there's enough of that kind of heart to heart, like communication kind of happening?
no.
Uh, no.
No, and I think now it's needed more than ever with the way that people are isolated,
100%.
and just their lives have been basically turned upside down. Everybody's has in the past
Yeah.
year, and there's a lot of isolation, and they're feeling it. I mean, I know around here, just talking to people in general, everybody's feeling that effect of the isolation. So if that's the one thing with our programs, that we give them time to connect in a different way than most. I mean, I've been through a lot of, I shouldn't say a lot, but enough different um, business coaching classes,
Yeah.
whatever you
Yeah.
want to call it. And this is very, very unique because it takes a different approach, and it's focusing more on, I would say, more on the person in general, as
Yeah.
far as their
Yeah.
what they're looking for in their life.
It's interesting, isn't it? And we involve the family, even though we're doing programs at work. We involve the family. The only reason we go to companies is because there's people there, and they have to get along. And the cool
Mhm.
thing, that happens, and you would have seen this, is that we have the baby boomers talking to the millennials, and we have the Gen Ys talking to the iGens, and
Yeah.
my kids are iGens. They might be a bit too young to work. But they all find a values match, and they all communicate at a completely different level that they haven't spoken about before, all through this bucket, the lens, the filter of bucket list. And it really does open up, especially when we start sharing the reverse bucket list stuff, and people are like, you, and they've known each other for years.
Yeah.
They start finding out these really unique and random stories about each other, and then again, allowing them the space to take action. This is what happens in our Bucket List Life Plan program, which was kind of our signature corporate program that we do. It really just opens up that communication line, and people see each other on a completely different level. And a lot of people have been surprised of what actually comes out.
Yeah, for sure.
And then you find that they end up doing stuff together and supporting each other. And
Yeah.
that's as it stands, that's a 12-hour program. So that we roll out. It might be 1 hour over 12 weeks, 2 hour over 6 weeks, 3 hour over 4, whatever it is. But it really does involve, a lot of sharing on every different level,
Yeah.
and also a lot of gratitude through the whole, sharing of some of the stories of what people have already done. And also it's goal setting 101, but in a very unique, personally meaningful kind of way. And probably the most important, I'm sure you've seen this, Sue, is getting people to take action, hold the space of accountability for each other, and from week to week, it's we're holding each, or the group is really, we're not doing that much, but the group is holding each other accountable, which is absolutely fantastic. And well, any other benefits of the programs that that you've experienced?
I think the programs in general, and I've experienced it myself, and I've watched other people experience it. It just allows them and teaches them to come from a place of gratitude in their life. Like you have, when we talk about the reverse bucket list, you can actually appreciate more the things that you have done.
Yeah.
And it gives you a new appreciation for that.
Yeah.
So I would say gratitude, coming from a place of gratitude is a big deal.
Yeah, true. Love it. Hey, we're gonna sort of summarize everything here and wrap it all up. Look, imagine a big. I ask all my guests this on the Bucket List Live podcast: is imagine a stadium full of people, Sue, and
already.
and a stadium full of people, and a big, like, raised stage at the front with a big booming microphone. In your heart of hearts, what would you love to say through that microphone, and who would you choose to be in the audience?
Who would I choose to be in the audience? I would choose a lot of people, probably 40 plus.
Yeah.
Because I think there is, you just are going through different things, with feeling underappreciated and all different things. But I think not just 40 plus and beyond, but I think I'd like some of the younger crowd too, because I think we can all learn from each other. So probably millennials and maybe even younger than that.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. And what would I say? I'd probably just say, wake up. Wake up before it's too late and start living it. Because I always came from the philosophy of whatever I'm doing in my life, I'm going to have fun along the way. Because to me, it was always about the journey.
Yep.
But, when you hit some really bad bumps in your life, you kind of lose track sometimes.
Yeah, true.
You lose your way. So I think that would be a biggie. And then other than that, I think one of my mentors, Les Brown, says it best. She said, life is God's gift to you, and how you live your life is your gift to God. And I'm not super religious all the time, but I am spiritual. And I think that says it better than a lot.
Absolutely. Fantastic. Hey, Sue, and you are the living breathing, as of all of our certified bucket list coaches, a prerequisite of being a coach is that you are a bucket lister first and foremost, that we are living our list, living by example for others to follow. And I know that you certainly do. And although you can't be in Fiji right now, and was it the bikini shot and everything that you had planned over there, and the snorkeling that we won't talk about that?
There was actually, there was going to be possibly, there was dives also. I don't know if there was a shark dive or not, because I may hear it.
Yeah.
But there was some dives that were going to be scheduled and everything.
Yeah, I know you had a lot. That was a bit of a milestone event, the Fiji. Hey, look, how can people get in contact with you, Sue?
And the best way to get in touch with me, especially for the bucket list stuff, is through our website, Bucket List Coach.
Yep, cool.
Bucket List Coach, what is it? .com, and then / Sue Przekop.
Yep.
So, yeah.
All right, cool. And what about on the socials, Sue?
On the socials, same thing. For me, it's Bucket List Coach, Sue Przekop. Sue Prescott.
Yep. Excellent. And there is
What?
his website. Boom. So guys, whereabouts are you located in the world? It was in which part of the US?
Michigan. Just outside.
Michigan.
Just outside of Detroit.
Yes. So, look, guys.
Here.
Yeah, right. Love it. Guest on the Bucket List Life podcast. I've been your host, Trav Bell. Make sure that you subscribe on YouTube to Trav Bell the Bucket List Guy YouTube channel. Also on Instagram, the bucketlistguy.travbell, and obviously follow us on any of the other socials. Get in contact with Sue. We're here to help. And until next time, have a great bucket list life. Live it. See you later, guys.
Thanks so much for listening to the Bucket List Life podcast with the world's #1 bucket list expert, Trav Bell. For more great content, go to www.thebucketlistguy.com. We'll see you next time.